Hello, my friends. This is Ellis Paul. We're here in Crozet, Virginia. You are witnessing the Traveling Medicine Show. We do this every Wednesday night. And here we are once again. We're going to start in about 5 minutes. We'll wait for a crowd to show up and people to show up. We do this every Wednesday night that I'm home. I'm going to play a little music in the background. This is Everyone Knows It Now from the new album. Let me know that you're here, that you're watching, that you're live. And cheers to you. Don't know what I'm going to do tonight. Talk a lot, sing a lot. Make jokes. We'll start in about 5 minutes.
Making sure everyone's happy. And you're old school, you light a candle with your band. You want the moment to last. You drink tequila.
Still me. Scarlett's here. Hi, Scarlett. Nice to have you back. Josh from Pennsylvania. Nice to have you here, brother, as well again. And our old friend Craig. And Michael Symes, who I'm going to see in just a couple of days. Nice of you to stop by. All right, very nice. Looking forward to that. Settle in, folks. We'll start in just a few minutes. Hello, Joan, another Irish participant. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll play Holy tonight. That would be fun. Karen's here from the home office near Pittsburgh, home of the Steelers, the Pirates, the Thieves. Start in just a couple minutes. That's where you can find my little tip jar that keeps this show going. Thank you for that, Karen. I think I've got everything I need here. Hey Garth, I got to connect with you as well, brother. I'll drop you an email, okay? Nice to see you here. Well, there you have it. Let's begin our show, shall we? I usually do it like this. Ever wondered where that music comes from? That is from the song 18 that I wrote quite a long time ago. It's on The Speed of Trees, I believe. And it's a song about my hometown, Presque Isle, Maine. And the guy that's playing the mandola, I think it's a mandola there, not a mandolin, it's like a baritone mandolin, I guess, is Doug Levine. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful part. Now, you know, one of the things that's funny about publishing and writing songs is that I own my own publishing. And so I get credited as the publisher, the owner of the work, and as the writer, the creative, you know, intellectual property creator of the work. So there's two components to that payment. But I would have to say, and it's not the way it works, but when somebody does such an iconic fingerprint solo or riff in a song, they deserve some kind of songwriting credit as well. I think that's the way it should go. I don't know how you pull out the percentages of that, but so much of that song's beauty is based around that instrument. Do you agree? If you guys are just joining us, this is Ellis Paul. I live in Crozet, Virginia. It's a tiny town outside of the city of Charlottesville, Virginia, a place where the Dave Matthews Band broke out. Mary Chapin Carpenter used to live here. We've had a few musicians come out of this area. I don't claim to be from here. I'm just living here, passing through. I'm actually from Maine, and I will always be from Maine. And that's because if you're not from Maine like this guy, you'll have no idea how special Maine is, maybe. Greg, nice to see you here listening and from Australia. Maine is this beautiful, beautiful place. I don't know if I have any pictures of it. Let me go back to I used to lead a vacation trip to Maine. I didn't do it this summer, and I don't have any pictures of it either. I love it there, and one of my dreams is to have a home up there where I can spend the warm summer months in Maine, because it's kind of the northern part of the U.S., and come down to Virginia, which is sort of mid-south. Glad you guys are here. I'm going to probably do a little bit more talking tonight, play some songs of my own, maybe a few cover songs. If there's something you want to hear, let me know, and I will move on here. This is one of the songs that I wanted to play for you. It's not one of my own, but you'll recognize it. I'm going to have to stop and scroll. You could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost in a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. You know the ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I am a ghost that you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sell. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me, but heroes often fail. And you won't read that book again, because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter number 2. A movie queen, a play to scene, a bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's get real. I would never thought I could act this way, but I got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. You could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. But the story's always ends. If you could read between the lines, you know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you have. Never thought I could feel this way, but I got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong. The feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. That's the riff. You can probably see over there on my shoulder an album by Gordon Lightfoot. I'm working on that song. It's just so damn good. That song is so damn good. Really. We lost Robbie Robertson and Gordon Lightfoot and God knows who else. There's a lot of folks that are departing our shores. Just legends, redwoods, and it's hard to watch them all fall. And even if, you throw a song like that up and you don't exactly know how to play it, I spent 5 minutes with it before the show started just so I could kind of work my way through some things. And, man, it's just so sincere without being sappy and so hurt without being poisonous or make you feel like it's just too much, just so beautiful. Thank you, Greg, for that. Sending love to you, brother, from America to Australia. Hope I get to see you sometime down the road. Gail Scott, nice to see you here as well. Karen says this. When my grandkids were smaller, we would listen to Mary Mary in the car, and I would have them listen to the piano part, the guitar part, and what other instruments were on that recording, but especially love Rad's piano part. Yeah, he plays beautifully on that song. And, and this is the thing. It's like all those folks, there was a bit of a discussion when I was playing the Robbie Robertson night a week ago or so, because the band's, the fingerprint that all the players put on the band's music was so significant, and I think Robbie Robertson got the lion's share of the songwriting credit for that stuff, which put a lot of poison in the band later on in life. But that happens as well. Nice to have all of you here. Garth said he's doing Thai tofu drunken noodles. That's hard to say that. Say that fast a dozen times. Thai tofu drunken noodles out here in Gainesville, Florida. That's a mouthful. The one thing I don't like about Florida is alligators. I'm just going to say that out loud. I have a disproportionate fear of alligators, especially lately. And I was playing in Florida a year ago, just on a walk near a golf course in one of these gated communities. And I had an alligator saw me coming. He was across the pond, and he did one of the alligator growls. And then he jumped in the water and headed towards me. I guess that he was either looking for a meal or trying to protect his territory. And I just, yeah, I can do away with those. I don't know if you have, you must have crocs in Australia. I guess you do. I don't know if you have alligators, but they're cousins. They're cousins, Greg. I don't know how you deal with it. Let's do a song of mine. How about that, huh? Tonight, again, I'm not in the swing of things yet with guests. It's summer. And we'll get back to that, kind of using this Wednesday night show to bring in songwriters from all over the world. Maybe we'll do an Australian sometime. And we'll hear from them with themes. It's called Here She Is. If you could paint her, she'd be a Picasso. She's got a few things out of place. Like when she smiles, it's slightly out of line. It's half awkward, yet half grace. While you're unraveling this mystery of how she fits in time and space. Memorize your history, and she'll decorate your place just like it's her place. She wants the last word, the last dance. She thinks it's absurd you believe in second chances. You're a lost cause, yet here she is, and that is the mystery. Here she is. Oh, here she is. She's a poem by Ferlinghetti. She's the angel in a nursery rhyme. And she'll set you a place at her table. She'll fill your cup till you're drunk on red wine. She don't believe in stars or in miracles, though she'll read your horoscope daily. And if your response to this is cynical, she'll say, well, who are you to know? She wants the last word, the last dance. She thinks it's absurd you believe in second chances. You're a last cause, yet here she is. That is the mystery. Here she is. Here she is. While you're unraveling this mystery of how she fits in time and space. So drag you into this lover's tale, and she will not give you a reason. If you fight her tooth and nail, she won't give up until you lose. And you will lose. She wants the last word, the last dance. She thinks it's absurd you believe in second chances. You're a lost cause, yet here she is, and that is the mystery. Here she is. Here she is. Here she is. That's called Here She Is, back from the album Stories. That goes back to 1994. That's 30 years ago, almost. And that song is probably, about 30 years old. I wrote it about a girlfriend, and it was called Here She Is, and I could have written a sequel to that called There She Goes. As well. Nice to have you guys here. It is 8:15. It is August 16th. And I'm wondering what time it is for Mr. Greg Griffith, who's so kind to join us playing like that crazy. What on earth is that thing that you got there? That's a harp, maybe, and a guitar combination? Or is that a bass? The strings look fairly heavy. Maybe it's a bass. Can you let me know what that is that you're playing there? And he says, yes, where I live in the tropics, we do have crocs. So you must watch your back whenever you're out there walking. Mike M says, hey, that song doesn't sound 30 years old, though. It could have been written last week. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? Of course, I don't even know anymore. I'm wondering, what modern music is these days. I don't even listen to popular radio anymore. And I was thinking, like, the song by Gordon Lightfoot that I played, If You Could Read My Mind, Love, you'd never hear a song like that on the air now. That sounds too much like the 70s, I guess. Although, to me, it could stand next to an Adele song as sort of being timeless. There's still sort of like a little bit of a datedness to it. It's like In a Castle Dark or A Fortress Strong. You'd never hear those kind of lyrics these days. That doesn't sound modern to me. But the production is very simple on the song. If you guys listen to it back home, it's got violins and they're absolutely beautiful. Mr. Isaac Hyman wants to hear a 55. I could play that for you, I think. Let me try. You never know until you try, right? Let's see. What guitar to choose? I'm going to show you guys my rack of... I've got a bit of a chocolate box of guitars just sitting here waiting for me to pick them up. I have to choose which one to play. I'm going to choose Maggie. This is a guitar I got from the Martin Guitar Factory. I'm one of their sponsored artists. I want to tell you a story before I play this. We lost a hero and a friend of folk music this week. His name is Bob Jones. And Bob was the guy that ran the Newport Folk Festival for 2 decades. And a wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. And I've played at the Newport Folk Festival, which is probably, it's not the biggest American music festival. There are much bigger festivals, but it's sort of like the premier gold standard for American folk festivals. And I felt very lucky. The first time I played was back in 1994. I played a New Faces, sort of an introductory set with Richard Shindell and Dar Williams. We each went on alone, played 3 songs, and jumped off stage. And I think maybe I probably played there 4 or 5 times. But the first night that I was hired to play was because Bob Jones came to see me play a set at Club Passim. He was scouting, and I didn't know he was there. He snuck in, and the owners knew he was there, the owners of the club. This is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, near Boston. And Bob snuck in. And it was a night where Rayanne Donlan was running the show because Bob Donlan, the guy that normally runs the show, was sick. And Rayanne, she loved me and Bob loved me, but she was just a little bit socially strange, I guess. She just should have communicated to me that he was there. She didn't. And maybe she didn't know. I don't know the details, but. And Katie Curtis has a really lovely audience, and they were there for her in droves that night. And I went on second. And I think I maybe had 2 people in the audience, and it was just a bunch of women that were there to hear Katie. And, after every song was like the Beatles, it was just, it's a folk club. There's no reason to scream in here. But there I was, and she got done, and they gave her a round of applause. It was beautiful, and nobody left. They all stayed, which I thought was really amazing. And then I got up there, and everyone was polite to me. They just, but I could tell I wasn't connecting, and it might have been me, honestly. And I got done with the set, and I was kind of grateful it was over, and I was walking off stage, and the lights had been turned up. And when I got to the back of the room, Rayanne said, "Go and do an encore." And people were literally standing in the room with putting their coats on. And I couldn't say no to her. She was a club owner. I didn't want to do anything to offend her. So I went back up, and I got up there, and I said into the microphone that this is the lamest encore ever. And I learned a good lesson that night is never let your inside mind speak out loud into a microphone unless it's appropriate. But I did the song, and then the same thing happened again, and the smattering of applause, even less than before, and I walked off. And then Rayanne tells me that Bob Jones is in the audience, and I'm like, oh my God. And I didn't meet him that night, but he hired me to play the Newport Folk Festival. And when I did my set at the Newport Folk Festival, I got done. I was walking off stage, and he was there on the side of the stage with a stopwatch. And I said, "Bob, I'm so grateful that you hired me. Thank you. I know I was kind of a jerk that night in Boston when you came to see me play." And he said, "Yes, you were." That's probably why he had the stopwatch in his hand. But he said to me, my daughter Nalini loves you, and she really believes in what you do, and she wanted me to hire you, and you're here. And you did a good set, so congratulations. And I was like, whew, got through that one. Because if you blew it with him, your potential to grow as a musician and as a known folk musician was limited. If you didn't play Newport, you weren't of value in some way. It was sort of like this brand that you got by playing Newport. And so Nalini, thank you for that. And Bob, thank you as well up there in heaven, booking the folk club and the folk festival in heaven. All right, let's try doing 55. I lived through 8-track tapes, DVDs, vinyl records still in the sleeves, mixed cassettes I once believed could keep a girlfriend crying. Polaroids were just a trend, rotary phones won't spin round again. Highway maps all came to an end, and nobody saw them folding. And I'm 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. Dusty highway, I once rolled my car. I walked away without a scar. I spent countless nights playing smoky bars, trying to find myself a little trouble. Whiskey sour, whiskey neat, one too many and you're obsolete. I was living the dream on a lucky street, nearly trapped like a ship in a bottle. And I'm 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. Ran McNally and magazines. Look what I out survived. Oh, I'm 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. I can't remember where I got the call. Might have been St. Louis, might have been St. Paul. They've canceled every show through fall. Turn the bus round, boys, it's over. This virus don't care if you got mouths to feed, or about songs you're singing while the whole world's bleeding. And you get to stay in John Bryan's lead. Who's in charge of the order? Round the valley and the fax machine. Old man bringing home butter and cream. Tears and old bug magazines. Look what I out survived. Oh, I'm 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. You fall in love, fall in love, fall in pieces, fall to die. The only thing that I've come to trust is the sun's control. Come morning, come morning. Well, I fell in love, I had a child. Making babies never goes out of style. She can kill me with just two smiles. She'd break me just by crying. Rand McNally and the fax machine. Old man bringing home butter and cream. Sears and Roebuck magazines. Look what I out survived. Oh, I'm 55, trying to figure out how I'm still alive. Oh, I'm 55, God only knows why I'm still alive. That was 55, y'all, from the new album. You can see it right here. Go to Patreon to pick it up, or you can go to my website and get it as well. But with Patreon, you know, you get extra things. You get, like today, Karen put up a beautiful video of me singing a song that I don't sing very often about the Empire State Building from the perspective of the Empire State Building, called Empire State, that I wrote with Michael Clem. You get specialty things like that every week. You get the Sunday night show. You get live stream shows and specialty shows to come. Perhaps some classes on songwriting to come. We'll figure it out as we go. But that's what Patreon is all about. Let me just go up here. I could put up a banner just to remind those folks, those of you that aren't on it. You get live shows. Like this show is going to be archived there for all of time. So 200 years from now, you can go to Patreon and relive this very moment. You get exclusive content, new songs. These folks got the album months and months before it came out. They got to hear demos and other works that I've got of songs that haven't been recorded, or the new ones that will be recorded. Pieces of art, books, writing, VIP gatherings, some one-on-one stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on over there at Patreon. And all you need to do is go sign up if you're interested. Nice to have you all here. I'm just going back here to see what's going on. Stephanie Henderson's back with us. Nice to see you, Steph. Thanks for showing up. Rich wants to know, says Scarlett, the make and model of the car you rolled. That was, oh my God, I think it was a Honda. The black one in the move in the video, not a movie. Yeah, I think that was a Honda Civic hatch. hard to remember. We'll have to look back. Let's see. There was a question here. Josh Ridgely, who's an artist group we'd be surprised you're a fan of? I am listening a lot to ABBA right now. Dancing Queen, Waterloo, how they use the piano, how they use really subtle things, how they use blatant things, how they use strings, the harmonies. Oh my God, the harmonies. Greta, the woman, the lead singer for ABBA, the blonde. What is her name? ABBA lead singer. I want to say Greta, but I'm not. Agneta. I don't know how to pronounce it. Agnetha Faltskog. In America, she'd have some kind of stage name. She is a songwriter and a singer, and a lot of these guys were kind of folkies like us, and they just got together. The members of ABBA, yeah. Agneta. Anyway, her voice could just cut through steel, you know? It just was so beautiful, precise, clear, could cut above a band with a million things in the background going on, which it did. And then they were all great singers, just brilliant, brilliant people. Yeah, and the Bee Gees, I gotta say. And I mainly look at them, obviously I can't do that thing that they do, but I look at the layering and the musicianship of the layering and the choices they make, and I try and bring that into the stuff that I do somehow. I want to say a quick thank you to Joan and to Scarlett and to any of you folks that have put a little bit of love in the tip jar tonight. Thank you. I think I might have been not paying attention entirely as the night was going on here, but thank you guys for supporting the show and making it financially worth my while to jump on here for a few hours, and because it's always worth my while, like spiritually, emotionally, to jump on. But it's nice to have people throw in the little jingle and the jangle and the tip jar. Thank you for that. Joan asks, did you see the documentary on the Bee Gees? Yes. Yeah, it's totally worth checking out, and I suggest you do. I watched one on Fleetwood Mac recently that was not great. I don't know why it wasn't great. The personalities of the band, they were still sort of in the heat of their egos, I think, when they were being interviewed. At least Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks were. And but I love them as well. I listen to Fleetwood Mac quite a lot. Just like, how do they do that? What makes them so great? Because, you know, I'm always learning how to write songs and getting better at writing songs, but I'm learning how to be a producer. And not only do I want to produce my own stuff, I want to produce other people as well. And so I'm in my learning phase. It's an older age learning phase. I think we all need to go through those. Karen wants to remind everybody, Empire State was shared to Patreon this morning. Yeah. April Phillips is watching here from Texas. Jackie is here as well from Pittsburgh. Jeff Richards joins us from Joyzy. I'm going to be in Joyzy on Sunday. I got to check this out. Yeah, I think Sunday. I am playing somewhere in Jersey at the Frenchtown Bookstore on Sunday, August 20th. If you're free, come on out. And thank you, all you folks, for the love and the tip jar. I'm getting someone here coming in. I'm just going to look so I can look him up, see who it is. Candace, thank you. Thank you so much. Greg Griffith says that monstrosity that he is playing, it's a harp guitar, and it is nearly 10:30 on Thursday morning. He is watching literally on the other side of the planet where the sun is shining, and it's 10:30, and he's probably trying to figure out how to string that thing right now. Any other questions you got? Just send them my way. Let's see. Karen says right here, History of the Eagles documentary is so good. I've watched it probably 4 or 5 times. Yeah, I love the Eagles as well. They're so great. They're so great. And Rachel, thank you for the love in the tip jar. Maybe we'll do let's do a cover song. I'll take out this book of covers. I'm just going to look at it for a bit. Wow. All right, no, we won't do that one. I could do that one. Yeah, why not? This is by an artist from the 70s who has an incredible voice. A rock and roll singer's voice, really. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Hits you when it's too late, hits you when you're down. It's a fool's game, nothing but a fool's game. Standing in the cold rain, feeling like a clown. It ain't right with love to share when you find he doesn't care for you. It ain't wise to need someone as much as I depended on you. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Hits you when it's too late, it hits you when you're down, down. It's a fool's game, nothing but a fool's game. You're standing in the cold rain, feeling like a clown. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Love until your arms break and it lets you down. It ain't right with love to share when you find he doesn't care for you. And it ain't wise to need someone as much as I depend upon you. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Love until your arms break, then he lets you down. It's a fool's game. You're standing in the cold rain, feeling like a clown. It's a heartache. It was written by Ronnie Scott. No, I'm sorry. I can't read it. Ronnie Scott and Steve Wolfe for Bonnie Tyler's number 3 in the US in 1977, but number 1 around the world in various charts. She sounded like she smoked like 20 packs a day, and I cheer her on for it because it sounded great. Her voice, despite the fact that she might have ended up messing with her vocal cords and lungs, she just had that split in her voice that so few people have. But can you think of someone that does? Like Rod Stewart has the same kind of split. It's just torn in just this right place. Bonnie Tyler, who else? There's a few folks that sing like that, women and men. Just absolutely. Oh, I guess what's the guy that had that? What would you do if I sang out of tune? He covered the Beatles. I'm forgetting his name because I'm having a senior moment. I'm just going to show up here. Josh Ridgely says, is there one of your songs that gives you chills, gets emotional when you play it? Yeah, they all do. I have to be in them to feel it. And Joe Cocker, thank you, Tim Watson. We got some quick thinkers here. Scarlett as well. Don, thank you. Yeah, Joe Cocker had one of those voices. Just torn in the right place. Kim Carnes is another one who has that kind of voice. Bonnie Raitt, just torn in just the right spot. So beautiful, beautiful. So, yes, Josh Ridgely, is there one of your songs that give you chills, gets you emotional when you play it? Well, I think about songs when I'm writing them that brought tears as I was writing them. And Cosmos did that from the new record. Let me just see what else is on here, if I can remember. I still get a little choked up when I sing Be the Fire because it's about my daughters. It's a song written for my daughters. Yeah. When Angels Fall, that one really hit me hard when I was writing it. 55 hit me hard. Holy hits me hard. Holy for you. Why don't I do that for you, Greg? You're listening in from so far away. Let's try and do something for you early in the morning. I've got a couple broken keys on this keyboard, but I think I should be able to do this without spilling any drinks. Wow, that's pretty loud. Let's turn that down just a touch. That's good. Declan McLaren's been on his roof all night, staring at the lights of his town. The last train to Dublin has just taken flight. Through the snow he hears the whistle sound. He says it's holy, the sound of it's holy, holy to me. And if only I could take it to Dublin, I'd catch a boat across the sea. His mother says, Christ, Declan, please, don't waste your prayers on a dream. He says, watch me. All the roosters are crowing church bells have spoken. There's a steam train stretching down the tracks. And there's Declan McLaren running beside a freight car. He takes a hold, he ain't looking back. He says it's holy, the sound of it's holy, holy to me. And if only I could take it to Dublin, I'd catch a boat across the sea. 'Cause Payong is waiting for me. She says, don't waste your prayers on a tree. He says, watch me. I'm getting the lyrics messed up. Oh, it's April 11th at the Queenstown Docks. There's a foghorn calling across the waves. And there's Declan McLaren with a third-class ticket on the biggest ship that man's ever made. He says it's holy, the sound of it's holy, holy to me. And if only I could take it to New York, Pay's waiting for me. His friends say, Christ, Declan, please, don't waste your prayers on a dream. He says, watch me. I've been trying not to listen to the album too much because I finally burned myself out on it. And I'm trying to get a respectable distance from it, so I'm not going to listen to it for a while. Even though I'm pushing the videos on you folks. The video for 55 and the video for Cosmos are being pushed right now on YouTube, and I hope you will go to the YouTube channel over and over and over to get the algorithms going. So if you want to hear those songs, listen to them once in a while and watch the videos. I worked very hard on those videos, and I'm going to be working on the video for this one. And this song I'm actually pushing wholly. It's the first song I'm pushing on some independent playlists on Spotify, so to get some new fans of my music and hopefully find some people that are fans of, you know, songs based in Ireland, Irish bands like U2, Van Morrison, The Corrs, folks like that. I want people to hear it that actually live there, because I know the history of the Titanic is tied to Ireland in a place, in a way that's significant and important to them, to their story. So many people were immigrating, you know, from Ireland to the U.S. And it was 1912, and things were still not easy living in Ireland. So there were whole families immigrating out of Ireland trying to get to America on that boat, and many of them died because they were third-class passengers, and only, I think, 20% of third-class passengers survived the ship sinking. So, yeah, I love that song. I think it probably is my favorite on the record. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. You get so close, you know, when you're recording them. There are things that I learned that I love about writing them and recording them that gives them value to me that you guys don't probably hear because you're not on the inside. But I'd love to hear what your favorite songs on the record are. I know some people said Cosmos and some people said Holy and some people said 55. Um, Let me know in the feed if you've got the record, and if you don't, that's how you get the CD, or you can go to Spotify and listen, and I'll make 0.006 of a penny for every listen. Just listen a lot. Josh says, the first time you heard it was live at Jam and Java. Trying to remember it. Did we meet there? I vaguely remember maybe meeting you. Let me know. Jeff Richards says, Abby Gardner and I, the track Who You Are, that came out beautifully too. You know what? Why don't I play that video for you guys to remind you of that. Let's see here. Who You Are. All right. I'm very proud of this video. It's got 165,000 hits on YouTube, y'all. And I love that. Let's throw Abby up here. This is Who You Are from the new album.
Walking in the desert, thinking freedom's there. The only sound is my footsteps ringing in the open air. Throw the maps out, break the compass, chase your own star, find direction in the darkness to remember who you are, who you are. The sky for water, but only thunder's coming round. There's no place to hide under. I burn my shelter down. Teardrop, every blind spot brought you this far. What you gave up, still hold on to. Every lover, every scar is who you are. Above the rooftops, dream beyond the dark. Catch the daylight, 'cause it's your birthright. You know who you are. who you are, who you are, who you are, who you are.
You might have read there that the label is called Rosella Records. That's a combination of my daughter's names. So I've named my record label after them. Rose is my daughter Sophie's middle name, and Ella is my oldest daughter's name. So I thought Rosella sounded nice. And that's one of those songs where, I don't think Abby recognized where it was going like I did. And I could see it from the moment we had the first verse into the chorus that it was going to be special and sort of esoteric compared to my other songs. Like, because it's about, philosophical, self stuff, and doesn't really tell a story. It's about searching for something. And again, I was seeing the video and all of that stuff in the moment we were writing it. And and I love the video. My brother and I were out in Colorado. I was doing 4 shows out there, and we went out to the Sand Dune National Monument and took the desert shots there. And he was just shooting it with a video, with a cell phone. Just walking alongside as I walked up the dunes and whatever. I've spent so much money on recording the songs that I just can't bring myself to take the videos that seriously. They just need to be good enough to present you guys with the idea and the emotional content of the song. So I'm using, a lot of stuff taken on my cell phone. It's in my budget, and I'm mixing it with stuff that's pretty great, that's stock footage that other people do. But in that way, I just want, a really decent visual video for people to absorb the songs with. I'm not trying to do Thriller by Michael Jackson and hire a bunch of actors and a production company to do the videos. It doesn't quite fit the folk musician's budget, but I take them creatively seriously, and I'm like, what can I do with nothing? And how can I make this song sing visually? And it's a creative process, just like songwriting is. So fortunately I write visually, so the songs lend themselves to videos pretty easily. And on the video for 55, bringing in, older footage of me from my 20s and from my childhood. There's a video in there of me when I was 5 years old, sitting there. Someday, maybe soon, we'll do a Mystery Science version of watching the video. And we'll go through all the videos one by one once they're finally all out there. But right now, again, we're pushing 55 and Cosmos on YouTube. And please, guys, go there and watch Cosmos and 55 and trigger the YouTube algorithm so we can get more and more of a push from them. All right, well, it's the 9 o'clock hour, and thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I want to thank Josh for asking beautiful questions, and I want to thank our friend out there, Greg Griffith in Australia. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It was nice to have somebody on the other side of the planet greeting the sun before us, and all you guys. Thanks again in the tip jar as well for the love. Let's see. We'll end with this song. Maybe do this one for Garth. I got to show you this. That clicking you just heard, you'll love this. Let me see if I can get that one down. Let's see. This is a gift I got from a woman I was doing a show for. She actually made me this beautiful guitar stand out of wood. It's a little dusty, as you can see. It's got magnetic clips on the top here that lock in like that, so it holds the guitar in place. And it's got a little magnetic little hideaway spot right here, and then it says Citizen of the World 10/13/2008. I can't remember the woman that had this made for me, but it's been a long time. But isn't that beautiful? Beautiful wood. And it looks a lot like Guinness. It's got that two-tone thing going on. Time to shine your brightest. When it's time to fly your highest. When it's time to work your hardest. When it's time to stand up tallest. When it's time to love your strongest. With the kind of strength that comes from being honest. Life is short, life is long. You get it right, get it wrong. We let go, we hold on, and sometimes it's for nothing. When you find lost your way, you're down to your last drop of faith. Back against the wall, just be a fighter. The darkness comes to take you. Be the fire. Speak with kindness. When it's time to laugh your wildest. When it's time to cry to heal it. And then you make a promise, be the one that keeps. Life is short, life is long. We get it right, get it wrong. We let go, we hold on. And sometimes it's for nothing. When you find you lost your way, you're down to your last drop of faith. Back against the wall, just be the fire. And if the darkness comes to take you, be the fire. Shine your brightest. That's Be the Fire. Lovely night with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be working on Sunday night. I'm going to be in New Jersey, so I won't be doing a Patreon show on that night. I might play next Tuesday night instead of Wednesday for the traveling medicine show. We'll let you know. I'll make an announcement about it so you guys can see what's happening, and that way we won't miss next week because I'm going to be traveling on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I am heading up to do. Well, yeah, we'll see. I got to drive up because the New England Songwriting Retreat is beginning next weekend. Not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. And so, Karen saying, I'm giving myself some credit for Be the Fire making it to the album since it didn't make the cut initially, and I lobbied for it. She does nudge. And thank God she saved that one from missing out on the album. So I love that. Thank you, Karen. And Candace, thank you for this. And Garth, thank you as well. Lovely evening, guys. Back at you, Scarlett. We'll see you guys maybe next Tuesday. Okay, next Tuesday night. And if I'm not on Tuesday, I will be doing a show from the road on Wednesday, which would be an abbreviated show from a highway somewhere. So we might do one here on Tuesday night instead. Cheers, y'all. Have a good week. Cheers.